And now I give the floor to the representative of Lebanon.
President. Before I start, I would really like to thank you and thank everybody around the table who was patient and waited for us to give our statements. I know we are holding you from your dinner, so hopefully I will be fast. I would like also to thank the high-level visitors, Secretary of State, Mr. Pompeo, for his briefing and his coming here, the State Secretary of the German Republic, Mr. Michaelis, and the statement by the Chef de Cabinet for the SG, Mrs. Viotti. Madam President, it is the 20th of August, supposedly the calmest month here, and the Council has held no less than 11 meetings over Middle East issues thus far. This is a mirror of the increasing challenges as well as the alarming deterioration of the security and humanitarian situation in many parts of our region. The situation in the Palestinian occupied territories is suffering from multiple challenges, or rather deficits. Political deficit in the form of an absence of a credible peace effort and the challenge to bring about a just solution. An economic deficit where the financial and economic situation of the Palestinian people is desperate. A humanitarian deficit where the needs of the Palestinians under occupation and the refugees outside are so enormous that's leading to the alarming deficit in security for Palestinians everywhere. A deficit in the respect for international law, international humanitarian law, and human rights law. But the worst deficit that the Palestinians are suffering from now is the deficit of hope. The Israeli policy of continuing to create facts on the ground is depriving them of an independent and sovereign future to live in peace and dignity. The most glaring examples of the challenges are the continuing Israeli expansion of the settlements and the continued unlawful confiscation and demolition of Palestinian homes, and the Israeli violations of the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest in Islam. These actions are heightening the tension in the occupied territories, the region, and the Muslim world. The holy sites should be respected and their sanctity preserved. It is the responsibility of this organization and this council to make sure that United Nations resolutions, the Geneva Conventions, and international law are respected in this regard. UNRWA is living an existential crisis. As a major host country, Lebanon is very concerned about the implications of this crisis on Palestinian refugees and host communities. While commending the countries that provided much-needed financial contributions, Lebanon calls on the international community to find a sustainable solution to UNRWA's financial ordeal. Lebanon reiterates the Secretary General's strong conviction that there is no plan B for the Palestinian-Israeli issue. There is one way out of this intractable conflict, a just and comprehensive peace based on United Nations resolutions, the right of self-determination, the 1967 borders, the Arab Peace Initiative, a two-state solution that gives rise to a Palestinian state with East Jerusalem as its capital. The absence of such settlement condemns the whole region to a continuous conflict and bloodshed. Madam President, despite of these difficult times, Lebanon succeeded in ensuring its internal security, stability, and is putting itself on the path of an economic recovery. Prime Minister Saad Hariri reiterated a few days ago Lebanon's dedication to advancing key initiatives in the government's reform agenda, such as the Sadr Conference and the Capital Investment Plan, which are essential to the revival of the Lebanese economy and to bolster security and stability for Lebanon and the region. On the peace and security issue, the government is doing its best to maintain Lebanon's stability and security, especially on its southern border, with the help of the international community and the United Nations. The Lebanese government expressed its commitment to promptly develop a plan to enhance the naval capabilities of the Lebanese armed forces, the LAF, in accordance with the Resolution 2433. But this situation remains fragile as long as Israel continues its occupation of Lebanese territories in South Lebanon and its territorial waters. Lebanon is committed to conflict resolution and sought the good offices of the United States in a process to find such a solution. Prime Minister Hariri confirmed last week to Secretary of State Mr. Pompeo Lebanon's commitment to continuing the negotiations process concerning the land and maritime borders. He called the process vital for Lebanon and viable. The Prime Minister vowed to continue to support the constitutional next step leading up to a final decision in the coming months, hopefully in September. The Prime Minister reaffirmed Lebanon's commitment to Resolution 1701 and its readiness to move from cessation of hostilities to a ceasefire under a United Nations mechanism. But for that to happen, the Prime Minister emphasized, Israel has to implement its part of the resolution. Contrasting this Lebanese commitment to 1701, Israel continues its daily violations of Lebanese sovereignty with impunity. These violations have taken a dangerous turn because Israel is continuing to use Lebanese airspace to conduct military operations against Syria. The latest such operation from Lebanese airspace happened on July 1st when 9 Israeli military jets breached Lebanese sovereignty to launch a rocket attack on Syria. Madam President, the renewal of UNIFIL's mandate is upon us in a few days. The Foreign Minister of Lebanon, Mr. Gibran Bassil, in a letter to the Council members, expressed Lebanon's, quote, strong support to the existing UNIFIL mandate and its full commitment to the implementation of United Nations Security Council Resolution 1701 in its entirety, including the withdrawal of Israeli forces from the Lebanese occupied territories, the Kfar Shuba Hills, Shab'a Farms, and the northern part of the Ghajar village without further delay, end of quote. Lebanon applauds the dedication and professionalism of UNIFIL's peacekeepers, staff, and leadership, and its continued cooperation with the LAF. Lebanon is grateful for the support of the troop contributing countries and highly values their efforts and sacrifices. UNIFIL is doing a formidable job in maintaining stability in the South, and we hope that its makeup, mandate, and role are renewed in a spirit of understanding of the important role of this peacekeeping mission and of the challenges in the area. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Lebanon for her statement.